Getting a pledge loan with Navy Federal Credit Union is probably one of the best things you can do if you're trying to build a higher credit score, if you're trying to build a higher credit profile, and most importantly, if you're trying to build high internal points with Navy Federal as well. So you would essentially be killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Now there is a famous pledge loan hack that everybody's doing out here, and it's working. So if you want to know what this famous pledge loan hack is, then you might want to watch this video all the way to the end so that way you don't skip out on any valuable information that can help you out. If you're already subscribed, then welcome back. But if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Ismael Sandiford, and you are now watching Just Money, where we talk about financial related topics such as personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, then you're probably gonna want to consider subscribing. But without further ado, let's get to today's video. Okay, so Navy Federal offers something called a pledge loan, which other banks and credit unions refer to as a secured savings loan. Okay, now what exactly is a pledge loan, aka a secured savings loan? A pledge loan is a loan that is fully secured by your savings, so you're pretty much borrowing from that and converting that into an installment loan. So whatever amount you choose to put up, that will be the loan amount that you have to pay off. And the good thing is, it's not a hard pull on your credit. It's gonna be a soft pull on either your Equifax or Experian, depending on what state you live in. But the point of this pledge loan is to help you guys out with 3 different things. 1, it's perfect for those who are trying to build their credit or rebuild their credit. And the reason for this being is whenever you get an installment loan and you're making monthly payments on it, then it reports to the 3 major credit bureaus. And these 3 major credit bureaus are named Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. 2, it also helps you build a high internal score with Navy Federal. Now I know what you're thinking, what the heck is an internal score? What is that? An internal score is the bank's own crediting system that they use to determine where you fall in with them. And Navy Federal has an internal scoring system that ranges anywhere from 100 all the way up to 450, and you typically want to be at least above 250 if you're applying for anything. Having an internal score with Navy Federal actually helps you get approved if you're trying to get a high limit credit card, if you're trying to get like a low interest rate, and it also helps if you're trying to get like auto loans, personal loans, mortgage loans, and that kind of stuff. Keep in mind, Navy Federal Credit Union is a relationship based bank, so the more products that you have with them, then the more they're inclined to do for you as a consumer. And this pledge loan literally helps you build a better relationship with Navy Federal Credit Union. So that's kind of another reason why you want this pledge loan. And also, if you guys could do me a favor and hit the like button, I would truly appreciate that, because these videos do take me a long time to make. So if you guys could hit the like button for me, I would truly appreciate that. But last but not least, 3, this pledge loan will help you out with your credit mix. Now your credit mix consists of revolving credit such as your credit cards, and then we have installment loans, which are pretty much like personal loans, auto loans, mortgages, that kind of stuff. And those 2 right there are pretty much going to be the most famous 2 types of credit. Now there are a few others, but these are the main 2 that most people are familiar with, and these are the most 2 that are always being used. Maybe I'll go over the rest in a different video someday. But anyways, for those that don't know, 35% of your credit score is going to be made up of your payment history, and then 30% of your credit score is also going to be made up of your credit utilization ratio, and then another 10% is going to be made up of your credit mix. So that's 75% of your credit score just coming from making your payments on time, having a low credit utilization ratio, and having a variety of credit mixes. So this pledge loan will take care of about 45% of your credit score, because you will be paying the loan back, which equals your payment history, and it's also going to get added to a credit mix as well. And 45% is almost half of your credit score. That's why when people get pledge loans, their credit score jumps significantly. And by the way, keep note, installment loans, they do tend to carry a little bit more weight than a secured credit card could. But you typically can get these secured savings loan from other credit unions, not only just Navy Federal. You do, however, at least must be 18 years of age in order to receive this loan, and you must be the owner of this account or the joint owner of this account. But the minimum deposit that you're going to need in order to obtain this pledge loan with Navy Federal is a $250 deposit minimum. Now obviously Navy Federal is going to charge you to do this because they're just not going to do it for free. The good news is they only charge 2 to 3% depending on the loan terms that you choose. Okay, so the terms are going to be $250 to $500 for a 6-month term. Then it's going to be $501 to $1,000 for a 12-month term. Then $2,001 all the way up to $3,000 for a 36-month term. And then anything above $3,001 and beyond will be a 60-month term. And keep in mind, this is all going to be at a 2% APR. Navy Federal recently, however, allowed you to do 61 months all the way up to 180 months. And if you choose to do that right there, then it's going to be at a 3% APR, which doesn't sound too bad. It honestly sounds like a fair trade to me. Okay, so to get started with this pledge loan, you're going to want to have your pledge loan money in your savings account, so that way Navy Federal Credit Union is able to pull it out. And keep note, you can only do this application over the phone or if you go inside the branch. That is the only way you can get this loan. But once approved, anywhere between 24 to 48 hours, you're going to receive an email of the document that needs to be signed in order for the loan to be processed. Once everything is approved, you will then have access to those funds in either your savings or your checking account. Then you can choose to pay this loan back weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly. Okay, now let's move on to the juicy stuff like the pledge loan hack that literally everybody is always talking about. So with this pledge loan hack, what people are typically doing is they're paying 80 to 90% of the loan amount off as soon as they receive their funds. But what some people are doing on the other hand, they're waiting 30 to 45 days to pay that 80 to 90% off after it gets reported to the credit bureaus. Now, what's the difference between paying 80 to 90% of the loan off immediately as soon as the funds are available versus waiting 30 to 45 days to pay that 80 to 90% of the loan amount off? Well, if you're getting a significant amount like a $100,000 pledge loan, for example, you might not want that entire $100,000 on your credit because your credit's going to drop and maybe you need to apply for something in that same time frame. But on the other hand, some people want to wait 30 to 45 days so that way the entire $100,000 can reflect on their credit report because maybe they want to invest in themselves. And what I mean by that is, sure, your credit score is going to drop for a little bit, but if you have enough patience, once that 100K gets reflected on your credit report and then you pay 80 to 90% of the loan amount off, other lenders will look at you like you can be trusted to be given a high loan amount. Because after you pay 80 to 90% of it off, then it's going to show that you had an installment loan for that amount and that you took care of most of it, which looks really good to other lenders. So that now shows lenders when you apply for something that's a high amount, you can take care of a large loan amount because you've done it before. Just that right there makes them inclined to give you a larger loan amount. And also keep note, guys, whatever payment you make towards your pledge loan minus the interest, you're going to get back in your checking or savings account within 2 to 3 business days. So if you're making your payment on a pledge loan like on a Thursday, then you're probably gonna have to wait till either Monday or maybe even Tuesday to receive this. So for example, if you get a $100,000 pledge loan and you pay 90% of it off, then you're going to get that $90,000 back minus the interest rate into your checking or savings account. And by paying a big portion of the loan amount, your next payment won't be until months, year, or even maybe a couple years from now. Then after that, your minimum payments are going to be extremely low every month. And you typically want to pay it off over the course of a few years so that way you can have that payment history on your credit. Because again, 35% of your credit score is going to be made up of your payment history. So you have to show that you've been making payments on it for quite some time already. So just make sure to pay the rest of the 10 to 20% off gradually over time. But at least you took care of the majority of the loan amount. So from here on out, it's smooth sailing. And always keep in mind, you can always make payments on it whenever you want as well. But by doing this hack, it's definitely going to report to the credit bureaus and it's going to help you build a more solid credit profile. And you should see a significant difference on your credit anywhere between 30 to 45 days. And real quick, ladies and gentlemen, before I end this video, you are allowed one pledge loan at a time. So yes, you may only have one pledge loan open at a time. But that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. If you guys are thinking about getting a pledge loan, then let me know in the comments below. What are your goals and plans that you have for this pledge loan? Like, what do you want to do with it? Let me know. And also let me know what loan amount you plan on starting with, because I would like to know, and not only would I like to know, I think all of us as a community would like to know, so that way we can all help each other out. But if you guys made it to the end of the video, then I do truly appreciate you guys. We're at 14,123 subscribers. We are moving on up. We are moving on up, and we are moving on up. I do post weekly videos, so if you guys haven't already, don't forget to hit the like button and hit the notification bell, so that way you guys can get notified every time post a new video. So don't forget to do that. But again, we talk about personal and business credit, real estate, and other financial related topics. So if that's something you're into, like getting high limits on your credit cards, then you're probably gonna want to consider subscribing. We talk about how to start business credit, we talk about how to build credit, we talk about real estate, we talk about mortgage loan products, we talk about everything. This is your one-stop shop. We talk about credit cards such as Amex, Navy Federal, Discover, Capital One, you name it, we're here. And for those that don't know, I'm also a real estate agent, a realtor here in Southern California. So if you're looking to buy or sell a home, then all my information is in the description below. I am also a licensed mortgage loan originator, so if you're looking for funding for a home, then I could definitely help you out with that as well. All my information is in the description below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate you guys.